Alright. What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? Yeah! What's up? Alright, guys, welcome. Welcome to the 3rd annual Get to the Point! One more time. CSU VSA. How about you fill me with your name?
White sausages.
I felt the burn. Did you feel the burn?
I don't think I can walk anymore. Oh my god, that was good.
The day before a rave say, today's the day. This is the time I get a rave day. I brought Alright, if you don't got the bass, I get a banger.
Blazer, blazer, blazer.
Drop the.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, you guys are lying if you guys don't want to be like him. Just do hip thrust.
Why? This is when you pump it up. You're like, oh yeah.
Alright, everybody. Our answer is just seed of wisdom from everyone here that overall answers it. Yeah. So, first one. Yeah, Matt.
So I would stay up like doing homework a lot. So I'd be pretty tired going to school a lot. I'd have like 2-3 hours of sleep. So honestly, I would just be like sleep more, take a nap, shoot me.
Alright, I'm Ethan. So one thing I would tell my past self is to be proud of myself or who I am. So as a kid, I did not really grow up in an Asian community. I always did feel left out, and I always like second guess myself of who I am. And there'd be times where I just sit down by myself at the lunch tables and just eat. Like in elementary school, I remember I would just sit in the corner and just eat my meal because I was too scared of getting made fun of by all the other kids for having an Asian meal. So every time I'd have rice, I would always just hide. I'd eat in the restroom, or I would just, one time I ate in the bushes, like, real fast. But yeah, I would tell myself to always just be proud of who you are and to keep a head up high no matter what.
And lastly, we have me. My phrase is Hakuna Matata from The Lion King. It may seem like a little silly phrase to quote from a little animated movie, but at the end of the day, the phrase means no worries. I know as a kid, even now, I keep on thinking about everything. I keep on thinking about life. Each day's a new day, and I'm gonna have new struggles every day. No matter what, I'm gonna overthink things. But at the end of the day, if a little kid's movie that brings a simple message, just don't worry about it. Something's not gonna last forever. It'll go away, and it'll be gone. But we do have things that'll last for a long time. Bonds with friends, and all of that. And no matter what, that's gonna be there for us, even if all these hard things we're going through now face us. So, like I say, Hakuna Matata. For the answer to our prompt, wrong keyboard, unleash the beast. Psych, the answer to our prompt, everything's gonna be all right in the end.
So if you could, what's the first thing you could say to yourself when you get overwhelmed? It's get away. Just find that time, find that peace, find that moment for yourself. Because I can be goofy, I can be funny. This is not fucking real. Like, I want to be this person. I want to act funny. I want to look good because I can now. Why? I have strict parents. I have strict mom, I would say. I don't have a dad. I grow up to have to be good. I have to succeed. That has been told all my life. And I couldn't have friends back in middle school, high school. All I did was just head in the book. I am sure many of you can relate, right? We have to sneak out to see our friends. We have to wear something before we go out and then change later, right? And every 10 minutes, my mom would call me to say where I'm at, when I'm home. Did I eat yet? I know she loved me, but I hated myself for, not being able to go to bowling night or like go out and get boba because I had homework to do, and I had to finish it in order to get an A. And that not having that kind of social life really fucking hit me, And it drove me to my darkest point in my life, and I did not have a car, I couldn't go out. My darkest point in my life was then, and I took a knife to my stomach, and luckily someone found my suicide note early and sent it to my counselor, and I was, my parents, or my mom found me, and she talked to me about it. I occasionally talk to her now. Because of that, we open up to each other. I can talk about her feelings and my feelings, but the rest of my family, they are still the same. So I'm still working hard to be an engineer. I'm still working really hard, but I have that boundary where I can have time to play. And when you're stressed, please find your friends or find that space that you can get away with. Because also when I was in my most recent stress was finding out that my grandpa has cancer, and I have the potential to have cancer as well. So I love my grandpa, but I knew that my grace is gonna go down if I do all of this. So I went away to my favorite place, which is Turtle Rock, behind UCI, and I cried. I cried until I can't anymore, and just look back on happy thoughts, And I love you, Grandpa, and he'll pull through, and just find your space.
So for me, how I deal with this stress is I tell myself it's going to be okay. I plan to move on, and I hope for the best within the future. Growing up, I suffered so many things, like being bullied within my friends. Occasionally, I just laugh it off, and then because of that, I still get bullied. But growing up, because of that, I did not speak a lot. I was very shy at public speaking, and I was always shaking. Couldn't think of anything. But because of that as well, I just told myself I need to move on. I need to get through it. And then high school hit, and there's a lot of things going on my shoulders. My parents, I'll tell you guys this, my parents they did not like speak at all for my second half of high school. I was caught in the middle of it because my sister went to college. I was at home with them, and I just suffered a lot of mental health issues because of my mom siding against my dad and my dad siding against my mom, and I had to choose a side. But they got through it, I got through it. I was gonna go to CSUN actually, just because it's closer to home, just to support both sides of my parents so they stay together. But I chose the easy way out by going to CPP. I love it though, just to get away from home, just to de-stress myself and hope for things to get better. In fact, they did. I would say I actually appreciate how things ended after all of those years of them not talking. My parents did get better. I got better as well. Academic-wise, I think I improved. I was able to go to VSA. Actually, I joined last year, and I was one super shy kid. And because of that, I took internship. I tried to get myself out there, communicate with everyone, build teamwork, build leadership, build public speaking skills, and I'm here today. I actually took IBP this year because I think I can lead a team of interns for CPP, and I appreciate all that VSA CPP has brought to me.
First off, thank you, Tan and Alan. It takes a lot of courage to really tell your story. And I'm really grateful for this prompt because it allows us to talk about things that we as Asians don't really talk about in our community, and such as asking for help. And that's the thing I would tell my past self is it's okay to ask for help. And I say that because that's something that particularly affects me and my family is that we don't ask each other for help. And you look at this and you can really see that because take my parents for example. They're Vietnamese immigrants, and I'm sure we all know what that's like. You hear the stories that they tell about what's going on in their generation, about the boat people and what's going on there. And it hurts because every time I look at that, it's like he doesn't like to talk about that, but you can still see that that's something that affects him a lot. And I think that we should be more open to things like therapy, for example. And some of my family members struggle a lot with drug abuse, and I've lost some family members because of that. And I feel like as Asians, we were they kind of push this model minority myth onto us, and that kind of works against us because they don't see that we struggle a lot. And I'm kind of just tired of people looking at us differently. So I would implore you guys to tell yourself it's okay to get help.
This one. So thank you, Tin, Alan, and Sammy. And just anything we've always said to ourselves, we could have done something, we should have done something, or we will do something. Actually, let me scratch that. We could do something, or we should have done something, but if you could probably just get into it, intervene or anything, just do it, honestly. Because I had a friend that passed away about 2 years ago, and I saw him that very morning, and he just came over to my house to grab some stuff, and then I didn't know he was going to a party that day either. And he got into a car accident, which no one really knew about until about 2 weeks after, because he was in a coma. And we found out, and it just shut everything out of all of us. I didn't even want to do anything. I just wanted to close myself out of everyone and just not talk to anyone. But before I even talked to my mom about it, I didn't try not to cry at all. But once I let it, just even asked a simple question, why did they take them to Pomona Hospital besides the local one? And my aunt said to me when I asked her was that they have more equipment over there because it's a bigger institution. And she asked me why, and I just broke down in front of her. So it's always a good thing to cry, but I would say you should never keep it in. And just our quote, don't stress, it could have. If it should have, then it would have, us to ourselves. I really reflect, I would say all of us should really reflect onto this, because not only that we have the possibility to do other things, there's always things that we can do and can't do, so you just have to limit yourself to that and So it's the internals and the externals that make up who we are. Thank you.
Bro, I was stressing, like, it killed me. And, like, I'm so happy how it turned out. I'm so proud of everyone who participated. And these boys up here, everyone inside, like, please know you're not alone. There are people there for you, and people who love you. I know it's really hard when it seems like there's like no light at the end of the tunnel, but the last question was dear to me. And I love their responses. I know, a lot. It's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Before I announce the winners, I'd like to thank all of you for supporting optometry. It really means a lot. I know I say that so much, but it really does. Our sponsorships, thank you for our sponsorship as well. We'll go work in depth with that. And to continue. It was really close, and it was both teams really, like, they really did an amazing job. However, I'd like to give a warm welcome to the winners of this year's Get to the Point, to Cal Poly Pomona.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, 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 hey.